Welcome back to News Around, your trusted corner for the most captivating celebrity stories and behind-the-scenes revelations. If you love heartfelt connections and timeless chemistry, don't forget to subscribe and hit the join button to support our channel. Today, we dive into a story that has rekindled emotions across Turkey, a story about two stars whose connection seems to transcend time itself, Elçin Sangu and Bararduk. There are some stories that never truly end, they simply linger, waiting for a new chapter. The emotional thread between Elçin Sangu and Bararduk seems to be one of them. Years after their unforgettable collaboration that captured the hearts of millions, whispers of a renewed closeness have begun to circulate once again. What began as a passing comment in an interview has now turned into one of the most discussed celebrity topics of the season. It all started when a former colleague of Elçin's spoke with a touch of nostalgia during an interview. With a half smile, he revealed, she never quite managed to detach herself from Bar. Even during filming, there were moments when it seemed like his name was still echoing in her thoughts. Those few words, soft, perhaps even unintentional, sent ripples through the entertainment world. Fans who had long believed in the authenticity of Elçin and Barış's connection were suddenly filled with new hope. After all, this duo wasn't just another on-screen couple. Their chemistry during their career-defining project was something audiences still talk about years later. Their glances, their laughter, their natural ease together made viewers question where the acting ended and reality began. With this latest revelation, it seems those boundaries might never have been as clear as we thought. According to individuals close to the actress, Elçin and Bar never completely lost touch. Despite following their own paths, there have been quiet, meaningful exchanges between them, private gestures that suggest a bond still exists. One friend, speaking on condition of anonymity, claimed, they might not be together, but they share something unique, something unspoken. They don't need words to understand each other. Not long after, during a media event in Istanbul, Elçin was confronted with the question that everyone wanted to ask. When a journalist brought up her connection with Bar, the actress paused for a moment before responding with calm confidence, "Some connections never disappear." That one sentence, simple, yet profoundly suggestive, was enough to set social media ablaze. Instantly, fans flooded platforms with old clips and photos of the pair. Edits showing their most iconic scenes together resurfaced, accompanied by captions like "Real love never fades and they still look at each other the same way." Hashtags such as #Elçin and Barış forever and #eternal connection trended within hours. For many, this wasn't mere nostalgia, it was a resurgence of hope. Around the same time, Bar participated in an interview of his own. When asked whether he would ever collaborate with Elçin again, his reaction was telling. A genuine smile crossed his face as he answered, "If fate brings us together again, it would be an honor." There was always admiration, respect, and something more. That brief pause before something more spoke louder than any confession could. The entertainment world instantly took notice. Comment sections filled with speculation, heartfelt messages, and fan theories. Some saw this as undeniable proof that feelings still linger, while others insisted it was simply mutual respect between two professionals. But even skeptics couldn't deny that every word, every gesture between them seemed to carry the weight of unspoken memories. Days later, a well-known TV guest familiar with the entertainment circle added fuel to the fire. He claimed that Elçin and Bar had recently been seen together at a private gala event in Istanbul. They weren't alone for long, he explained, but during those few moments, it was as if time hadn't passed. They talked, laughed, and looked completely at ease. The blurry images from that night, showing Elçin gently touching Barış's arm, quickly went viral. Fans interpreted the gesture as a silent confirmation of everything they had hoped for. Soon after, Paparazzi reported that the two actors were seen leaving a Nianta restaurant within minutes of each other. Though there were no photos of them together, eyewitnesses described the atmosphere as undeniably tense yet familiar. One witness commented, "It felt like they were trying to avoid being photographed, but you could sense there was still something between them." Across platforms like Twitter and TikTok, fans began analyzing old interviews and public appearances frame by frame, dissecting every glance and phrase. Romantic edits featuring their best moments gathered millions of views, reigniting a collective longing for their reunion. For many, Elçin and Bar weren't just co-stars, they were a reminder of genuine connection in an often superficial industry. And then, another subtle clue emerged. Elçin recently followed a photography account linked to one of Bar's close friends, a seemingly small gesture that fans were quick to interpret as a hidden message. Meanwhile, Bar shared a striking black and white photo on his Instagram with the caption, "Some stories don't need an ending, only a new beginning." Within hours, the post had over 1 million likes, flooded with heart emojis and speculation-filled comments. During a later press tour for her new series, Elçin was once again asked about the renewed rumors. Her response, delivered with poise and grace, added even more intrigue. "Some people leave a mark that never fades. What matters most is to remember the good moments." Whether this was closure or a quiet acknowledgement of something deeper, no one could say. What was certain, however, was that her words carried the tone of bittersweet reflection, the kind that only comes from something real. As this wave of nostalgia continued to grow, fans began calling for producers to reunite the pair on screen. Social media was flooded with comments like, "We need to see them together again. Their energy is magical." Entertainment insiders hinted that informal talks were already underway, given the overwhelming public demand. Whether or not those rumors are true, one thing is undeniable: Elçin and Bar remain one of the most beloved duos in Turkish television history. Their story is more than a love rumor. It's a reminder of how genuine human connection can transcend fame, distance, and even time. It's about the rare kind of bond that continues to inspire long after the cameras stop rolling. Perhaps we'll never truly know what lies beneath their smiles and cryptic posts, but maybe that's the beauty of it. Some emotions are meant to stay private, to be felt rather than explained. What do you think, dear viewers? Do you believe Elçin and Bar still share that spark that once made them the most admired couple on screen? Share your thoughts in the comments, and while you're here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and tap the join button to support News Around so we can continue bringing you the most touching celebrity stories from around the world. For now, Elçin and Bar remain silent, perhaps wisely. In a world that thrives on speculation, sometimes the most powerful statement is the absence of words. And as the lights fade on this chapter, one thing remains certain: some stories aren't meant to end, only to pause, waiting for their next scene. You've been watching News Around, where every story finds its heartbeat. If you enjoyed this emotional journey through the lives of Elçin, Sangu and Bararduk, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and join our community to never miss an update. Until next time, keep your hearts open, because love, just like truth, always finds its way back.